Hi Scorpio, welcome to your July 2022 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign, Scorpio, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and interactions with the world at large, this month you get the Fool card. Oh wow, so new things, new places, new people, new energies are making themselves known in your life. But because this falls in the house of the place of your actions and options, actions and interactions, should I say, this is about what you do. This is about you being a proactive participant in your life, and it's about you going after new endeavors. This is about bringing new projects into the world in some way, and it's you being really I almost want to say, like, this is you leaning into your destiny. And I know that sounds really pithy, but that's the way that I feel it taking place. It's the Fool card. This is in this deck, it's actually called the Green Man. And the spirit of the Green Man comes and goes as he pleases. This is the energy of the unbridled energy and power of the earth when it's growing, when it's moving, when it's changing. It's about tapping into the cycle of life. And so here for you, this is like a month where you're deciding to be more dynamic. It's where you're really going after what it is that you want and need. And it's about you really getting very clear on what's the word that I'm looking for, maybe it's even for some of you, this is getting clear on your magnetism, right? Scorpio is a very magnetic sign. How do you draw to you the things that you want? By leaning into your life and your destiny. And I kind of feel like this is also a month where you're going to be more honest with yourself about what your desires really are and how you can make those happen. And if that means wiping the slate clean or going in a different direction, I think you're going to be here for it. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Four of Swords. So whatever you are working on, it's behind the scenes stuff. The Four of Swords in typical Scorpio fashion. The Four of Swords is going to see you, whatever you're working on, you're not talking about it. You're not sharing it yet. Why? Probably because it's not ready. This might be something that's really experimental that you're just having fun with, playing around with it to see how it fits, how it feels, what's going on there. The other thing with the Four of Swords as well, it means that this might be a month where communication in some way kind of slows down or it eases up. If it's been really, intense or tough for a time, this may be a moment where things really kind of get a bit easier for you, or they start to calm down in some way. I love the Four of Swords for that reason. And I remember when I was 23 or 24, I kept getting this card. And I kept having loads of messages about slowing down and taking my time. And of course, I was young, so I didn't listen at all. And then, I ended up having a minor, it wasn't, too major. But I ended up having a minor car accident, and I had no choice then but to sit still. And I learnt a lot from that. So when the Four of Swords shows up, one of the things that I often say to people in personal readings is take the time out now so that you don't have to take it out later. For your heart and hearth, your love and relations, you've got the King of Pentacles. For those of you that are single, this could be the solidifying of a relationship or a partnership in some way. You've got this with the Four of Swords, which tells me that if this is a relationship, it's one that's either been on hold. It might be, that thing where you do the dance where one of you is not single at the time that the other is, or, there's always some obstacle in the way of you being able to connect with a certain person. Maybe that obstacle is removed this month. Maybe you get a chance to finally connect with someone and see what it would be like. I like this for knitting something together. For those of you that have been caught in someone or dating, does anybody court anymore? You know, maybe you've been dating somebody. It's like the characteristic of this new relationship is it's somebody that's been in the picture for a while. You've been working on moving towards or building this connection or this relationship very slowly. And then this month you find, yes, you know what, we're going for it. So this could be absolutely wonderful. For those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments, I wouldn't be surprised to see or to hear of partners getting promotions, getting some sort of financial windfall or blessing come through. There's a lot of stuff going on here that's very positive for the resources of a partner. So I really like that. And also this could be you and a partner cementing or solidifying plans that have taken a long time to get up and running. So all in all, this, looks like a really nice month. Let's see what's going on with your money. If I can pick the card up. So you've got the Seven of Swords. Okay, so not the easiest of cards, but what it does tell me is this month you are likely to have a financial, what's the word that I'm looking for? Maybe a financial opportunity, maybe something that you've been chasing, maybe something that you've been trying to get off the ground. I'm sorry to say, but it looks like it may not go ahead. However, that's where the positive energy of the Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Swords rather, comes in, because this can sometimes represent getting out of or through something by the skin of our teeth. And I'm going to say this to you, whatever doesn't go ahead for you this month, financially, it will be a blessing and you will end up seeing this sooner rather than later. So no panics, no worries. The other thing with that Seven of Swords as well, I almost want to say to you, because in the Rider-Waite-Smith booklet, he talks about this card as potentially representing design or things that are unconventional. So this might be for some of you that you discover a new or an unconventional way to create money and resources, but it might be something that's quite experimental. So this could be something like crypto. It could be, like there's a few ways that it could show up. Just be mindful that it is still the Seven of Swords. So if you're having to deal with people when it comes to money, resources, finances, you just want to make sure you're getting the truth. So for your first week of the month, you've got the Lovers card. So new love, new relationship, new partnership, bringing something into fruition, trying out new things, really getting a sense of whether something does or doesn't work. I love this for flirtatiousness, for frolics, for fun, for sexual connections. Love all of that, whether you're partnered or single. Could be a really fruitful month. For your second week of the month, you've got the Temperance card with the Four of Swords. So I like this for a lot of you gaining new qualifications. I love this for looking into things like licensing, getting qualified in some way. I really like this for working on stuff behind the scenes, but it's not quite ready yet. At base level, what is the angel on the Temperance card? They're an alchemist, and alchemy takes time, takes dedication, and it takes sometimes solitude. So there's obviously something that you guys are working on behind the scenes. For your heart and hearth, or your love and relations, you've got the Death card with the King of Pentacles. So for a select few of you, let's talk about it. You're the sign of Scorpio. I can have these hard conversations with you, and I very rarely get any kickback from it, because you guys understand this stuff. This could be the passing of an elderly earth sign, potentially a grandparent, potentially a parent. That's just one way that this could show up. It could also be, for those of you that are single, this could be the death of singledom. So this could be where you step out of that, I'm the king or queen of my castle, I don't need anybody, and now suddenly you've got someone. This could be the end of you living alone. For those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments, this could be I want to say, like, it's not necessarily the death of the relationship, although that is possible for some of you, not all of. You know, if you'll know if I'm talking to you because you'll know the state of your relationship. But one way that I really see this playing out is this could be a financial idea, again, maybe that doesn't go ahead, but there is a reason for that. And when you realize it, or when it happens, you will literally have a moment where you think, yeah, you know what, that wasn't the right thing for us, but that's okay because there's something better, or it's held us back from making a move, or, you know, something that maybe would have been too challenging for us. The Strength card is here with that Seven of Swords. Sometimes when all the signs point to not doing something, we have to go for it anyway. You know, it's like that whole thing where sometimes you just have to follow your gut, where you just have to follow your heart, and your Strength card is literally that. When it comes to your physical health and vitality this month, I would say really look after your nervous system, and also pay attention to the things that you really feel drawn to this month. You know, even if it doesn't necessarily make sense on paper. So for the new moon on the July the 28th in the sign of Leo, this is for you guys happening in your 10th house, the 10th house of career, social status, social standing. You've got the gate 47 and mindset. This is, you know, how people see us in a lot of ways is really determined by how we see ourselves. And so the message behind this card is, are you going to see this side where everything's like, ah, or are you going to see this side where everything's doom and gloom? What people see of you is what you show them. And if all you can show them is that you're secretive, and you know you like to penetrate people's secrets, and if all you basically, what I'm saying to you is, this new moon is going to highlight to you where you're either showing your best traits or you're showing your worst traits. That's kind of the simple, you know, the simple way of putting it. And it's important to find a balance between the two, right? You don't want to be a martyr and play the victim and stuff, but at the same time, you don't want to just constantly be cold and hard. You don't get anything out of being too extreme of one thing. So finding a balance in the career this month, I think, will be very important around that new moon. For your full moon message, you've got the gate 32 and endurance, and the full moon for you is happening in your 3rd house. This is your local area, your local environment. This is also your skill set. It's the day-to-day. If you have any siblings, this full moon could definitely see you connecting with them more. If you have step siblings or in-law siblings, you may be spending more time with those. I would definitely say, because this card with the endurance, it's about really not allowing your instincts to take the better of you. And so this full moon on July 13th, which is in the sign of Capricorn, it could really be asking you to get clearer on how you show up on a daily basis in those areas of your life. It might also be that you're looking at your sort of local area and deciding, you know what, yes, we want to stay, or I want to stay, or you know what, actually this isn't for me anymore. I think that full moon's going to bring a lot of clarity around the area that you're in and whether it works for you anymore. And it really is a time to trust your instincts like never before. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.